Hello and thanks for staying on LN 24/7. This is Politics Now. My name is Mono Balagbobo. Now, over the weekend, a lot happened. We start from the PDP internal crisis to the issue of price hike in terms of fuel supply and the commodity itself, which is a big challenge for Nigerians. Some buying at 1,300, even 2,000, reportedly from the eastern part of the country. But we will focus majorly on the PDP internal crisis. Let's give you a rundown of our talking points. We'll look at the legality over contradicting suspensions within the party in terms of the national chairman and, of course, the battle for the chairmanship position. The NEC meeting is on the way, scheduled for the 24th of October. But will that even hold, given the crisis at the moment? Then also pathway to reconciliation ahead of 2027. The PDP is supposed to be a major opposition party. And how are they shaping out to be? It's really of grave concern to the political discourse in Nigeria. Well, joining us is Michael Lanre Toluhi, who will be joining us from the United Kingdom. He is a political analyst and a former member of the PDP and also a business development expert. Who will be talking to him shortly. So let's take a quick breather. We'll be right back to break it all down and talk about the crisis in the PDP. Stay with us. So let's get started. The crisis rocking the People's Democratic Party is posing a threat to the party's National Executive Council NEC meeting scheduled to hold on October 24th. While stakeholders are seeking an amicable solution to the party's challenges, the resort to going to courts. Is this the new trend in our national politics, where we solve electoral problems in the courts and now party politics in the courts? Where is democracy? Now, do recall the Federal High Court in Abuja restrained the National Executive Committee, NEC, and the Board of Trustees, both of the People's Democratic Party, from removing Umar Damagun as the acting national chairman of the party. Justice Peter Lifu ordered that no person other than Damagun should be recognized as the national chairman until the party's national convention scheduled for December 2025. Now, the judge held that in line with Articles 42, 47, and 67 of the PDP, it is only at the national convention of the party that national officers can be elected. He also held that any attempt to truncate the 4-year tenure of the northern region, which has not been completed without the national convention, will amount to an affront to the PDP constitution. Now, spokesman of the opposition lawmakers coalition in the House of Representatives, Honorable Kenga Ugochinyere, faulted the court order restraining the NEC and the Board of Trustees of the People's Democratic Party from removing Umar Damagun as the national chairman of the party. So how did things get here? The crisis started and it took a new twist on Friday when its national leadership broke into two factions, with Yari Ahmed Mohammed and the acting national chairman Umar Damagun leading each of the factions. So it's really funny what really happened last week. But you discover that each factions had issued separate statements suspending key officers of the NWC. Now, in a statement by the party's national publicity secretary, Debo, he suspended the acting national chairman, Umar Damagun, and the national secretary, Samuel Anyanwud, for alleged anti-party activity. Now, there's always been the conversation of ties of Damagun with Wike. Of course, we all know Wike has indeed involved in anti-party activities. Now, the other faction also announced Yayari Mohammed as the new acting national chairman of the party. Rather, that's Debo's faction. And not long after that, the NWC, loyal to Damagun, also announced the suspension of the national legal advisor Kamaladin Ajibade and Mr. Olugunagba for alleged disloyalty to the party. So on one hand, we're seeing Debo's party saying, okay, this other arm is loyal by, I don't know whether to wiki or now, but I'll let our guest talk about that. And then on the other hand, Umar Damagun is accusing the other party of, being disloyal and insubordinate to authority. So these are the key issues in the PDP at the moment. Well, the People's Democratic Party Governors Forum Chairman Bala Mohammed assured on that Friday that the party will come out of its internal crisis strong. And also the Bauchi State Governor gave the assurance while receiving the embattled PDP National Chairman Umar Damagun alongside the Northeast PDP Chairman at the Bauchi Government House on Friday. And Damagun's visit, of course, came amidst all of these issues of suspension from the other faction of the party for alleged disloyalty. Now, the Board of Trustees of the People's Democratic Party has waded into the situation, calling for the two factions within the working committee to sheath their swords and revert to the status quo. Now, Mr. Wabara, former Senate President, called on all sides to, reduce the tension and get working together, and also called on warring persons to revert to the status quo to preserve the unity and stability of the party. Well, enough talk, let's get to the conversation. Joining us to break all of these issues in the PDP is a former member of the PDP, Michael Toluhi. Thank you so much for joining us on the show today.
Nice being here. Nice being here after a while.
Tolu, it's been a whirlwind for your party with contradicting suspensions. I think we're saying court intervention. What's your spin on this development to the leadership crisis in your former party?
Funny, when people have decided to throw integrity, they've decided to throw moral away, and you see men that have shown that they lack integrity, and men that have refused to listen to common sense. Because if you look at it, it is obvious that Nigeria is tilting towards one-party system. It might be difficult, but that is what Nigeria is tilting towards. And we've seen the way people are using the court of law to do all kind of things. The Nigerian judiciary is a big mess, and I don't know, the CJ and the present CJ has a lot of work to do. Although for someone like me, I'm not expecting something fantastic from her, knowing that she was part of the judgment that made the number 4 person in a gubernatorial election to become a governor. So I'm not expecting much, but you see, she has a chance to redeem herself. That is based on that, what you get from that judiciary. But I'm starting from the last question you threw on about the judiciary. Looking at it, does the PDP have a constitution? And what does the constitution of the PDP says? So if the constitution of the PDP is saying once the national chairman steps down, or what the national chairman is not around or is not available, what the party constitution says is that the deputy national chairman from the zone should act pending the time the particular place the national chairman is from. I know that Aju of PDP, who was the former chairman of PDP, was from the North Central, and he resigned, and Damagun came in, being the deputy national chairman now. And Damagun refusing to let go and letting the North Central bring in, or the North Central complete their tenure, because the North Central has a tenure. They should allow them to complete their tenure. Now, a court of law saying nothing should happen to Damagun, nobody should move Damagun to 2025 when the PDP is having a national convention is funny. Because the law, whoever judge that gave that judgment will be sanctioned, because the judge is trying to bring anarchy. That has been said. And when you talk about people suspending one part of the NWC, suspending one part of the NWC, but even the judgment team say his colleague, he said people, the party and all that, but the people he's working with in the NWC are seeing Damagun as incompetent, as inept, as a man that lacks character, as a man that lacks anything in good leadership. And they said they suspended him. I think he's unsuspended. Damagum is not the national chairman of PDP. He is the deputy national chairman of PDP. And I think he should go back to his office. Now, for the suspension of the MPS, legal advisor, and the other person, when I saw it aloud, well, sure, it's the PDP problem. They should go and settle themselves. Because when I look at the PDP, I think PDP is in crisis. They should go and settle their problem. It is funny, but when I looked at that, so it's just signed by Jimmy Nagoroma, what does he call herself? Jimmy is the director of publicity in the staff of PDP. So she has no rights. The lawyers will say she has no local standing. Is that what they call it? To suspend elected party leaders. She's sorry to use the word, but she's a mere staff. Sorry, but that's the only word, adjective I can use. She's a mere staff. She's been paid. She has no rights. She has no power. Wherever she's getting the power, she has to give it to herself. It shows the impunity. It shows for me, it's an aberration that someone like Chinwe will be suspending a party leader, party NWC members that were elected in party convention, and people are quiet. Where is the sanity in Nigeria? Where is the sanity in PDP?
Now, we saw Damagum reach out to Governor Bala Mohammed. There were talks of unity and, much boasting of what they will do in 2027. But is this a sign that the PDP governors are for Damagum? What's your interpretation of that meeting?
For those that are members of PDP, and the PDP I used to be a member of, right? The PDP I used to be a member of was a PDP where they have a lot of intellectuals, and every time the PDP goes into stuff like that, they come out stronger, united. And I still think the will, PDP has been the only party surviving 1998, the only party that have not changed name and all that. Every other party have changed names 2, 3, 4, 5 times. But PDP has remained since 1998, so there's something holding them together. I think that meeting with Governor Bala Mohammed might bring something. But you see, when you're dealing with someone that lacks character, someone that lacks integrity, someone that lacks tact, someone that has no integrity as Ambassador Damagum, anything can happen, because the man has just shown that he's not a man of class, he's not a man of integrity. So when people like His Excellency Governor Bala Mohammed want to reach out to them and try to harm things, because you see, there's a Yoruba adage that says a son of the soil or a child of the soil will always want peace in a town, while foreigner will want town to be scattered. That's just what's happening to the life of Damagum. He's an opportunist, and as far as it's concerned, he wants to scatter everything. These are people that don't have character. These are people that don't have integrity. So the lack of Bala Mohammed that feels themselves that PDP is theirs, and they know the understanding and the reason to have PDP running, and the reason to have a genuine opposition or to have a credible opposition. We want to douse every tension that might be springing up or trying to come up. But when you have characters as Damagum, characters as Ambadi, Samaria, you don't expect anything, because you see whatever they do, they will go there and scatter all things. These men have shown that they are not people to be trusted with. They should be trusted with power or anything. So I know Governor Bala Mohammed and his squad, that means well for PDP, want to douse every tension. They want to move and ensure that there is unity. They want to move and ensure there is calmness. But this thing is not hard. Moral dictates that someone like Damagum just step down and let North Central complete their tenure as the national chairman.
So why has it been difficult for the party to have a national convention to sort this leadership crisis? It was moved from August to the 24th of October. I'm talking about the NEC meeting. I know the NEC meeting is different from the National Convention, but what's going on?
It's difficult. That's what I'm telling you. When they have a man, they have a man that when they have a man that lacks any integrity, they have a man that is not to be trusted. They have a man that is self-centered. They have a man that lacks vision. They have a man that is not deeply, that had no depth of understanding. When they have an inept man, ordinary calling the neck because it lies in the office of the national chairman to call neck. This one I've been postponing neck. I've been calling, I've seen the head postpone their neck from August, is postponing it and pushing it. The man is just a greedy person. So it is hard because the neck is the one that can call national convention, and this one is supposed to call the neck. He knows what he's doing. He's playing by the ball. He's playing the game of. It's obvious these guys are working for the ruling party and trying to go destroy opposition in Nigeria. We've seen it happen. We've seen it happen with Labour. We've seen what is happening in Labour. They have how many factions of Labour. Even the NNPP of Kano, you've seen what is happening there. You see, these guys are just trying to work in one party system, but the people they've forgotten that they agree is not making them see beyond their noses that if we go into one party system, there's going to be trouble. There's going to be anarchy in Nigeria. We don't want that. We love Nigeria. We want Nigeria to be better off. What these guys don't care. All they care of is what is then in their account and what they're being. And it is obvious because the man is obviously working against party PDP. If he claims to love PDP, he won't be doing what he's doing. If he claims to be a good leader, he claims to want to rule the party, he claims he loves the party PDP, he will do better for the party PDP. But like I said, is their problem in PDP. They've decided to let such a character to hold them by the jugular. So I think the founding fathers of PDP should start coming, and those alive needs to move and restore the integrity and restore PDP to what it used to be. Having charlatans such as Damagun and Sam Ayang as acting chairman and national secretary is a disaster and is sickening.
Now, you seem to have tough words for Damagun, but do recall that during the last NEC meeting, which we covered on this show, I mean, Wike and Atiku were in the same room. So why were these issues not resolved? There was talks of having a reconciliation committee. That has not led to anything.
See, my brother, see, I don't fall for whoever, look, he's a man. I remember former President Olusegun Obasanjo made a statement that he has the right as a president then to have one, he can decide to have 1 million advisors. Well, he has the right. Look, he can have 1 million advisors, but he has the right to take what his advisors are saying, or what his advisors are advising him. What I'm trying to say is that today by law, by the constitution of PDP, Damagun is the head because he's the acting national chairman. Whoever is supporting him or not supporting him, or pushing him or backing him up, I don't care. I don't want to know them. They're not going to mention their name because nobody knows them. People that know them, but they're not the one. If PDP go into oblivion, now nobody's going to say it is a Wiki back, it is a Atiku back, it is Larry back, it is Emmett. You get what I'm saying? They're going to say during Damagun that he went into oblivion. So he must be a man. It should be a man his age to stand and do what is right. See, when you say they can call convention because he is the one by law, even INEC won't be in any convention that is not being called by NEC, and NEC won't hold, INEC won't recognize any NEC that is not being called by the office of the national chairman. And today, as at this moment, Damagun is the acting national chairman of PDP. So whoever I think is backing him or not backing him, he should be honorable. He should act honorably and do what is right. He called himself an ambassador. He was an ambassador. He should somebody that led people. To have somebody that is a leader. It's obvious he's not a leader. And I'm not minusing my word. My word, I have actually had harsher word, but I'm just trying to not to use harsher word, believe me. Because every day I think of what Damagun is doing to the party PDP. I weep, though I'm not a member of the party again, so I'm not even bothered, but I just look like for any democracy to strive, for any democracy to grow, there must be a very vital or a very vital opposition. And Damagon decided to make PDP not be a viable opposition. And he's happy doing that. And it is pathetic to think that a party that actually had led Nigeria for 16 years, a party that led Nigeria when Nigeria was in the grand minors, bring Nigeria to ground zero and start bringing some development, had a character, had an inept attitude, an inept personality as Damagon's national chairman. It's pathetic and it's appalling.
Now, many will say that Atiku's decision to run in 2023 was the beginning of this crisis. So you're being bent on Damagun as a sole source of the challenge. It's not really fair, as some of our viewers would want to think. What are your thoughts?
Well, no, I'm going to tell you this, right? Whether Nigerians kept saying, I understand what Nigerians are saying that, okay, Atiku should not, but is there any law in Nigeria that stops Atiku from picking up the party to get our domination from? They went and they had their committee, and their committee said, look, he can pick up a form, so he picked a form. Now, I knew that His Excellency Rabi Kwankwaso picked up the form, or actually was flag bearer for his party NNPP. So as people not talking. Now, fast forward, all that happened. Okay, you guys, and they said, oh, they were angry, and there was in what do you call it? There was what do you call it? There was, I'm trying to use for the word. There was you just use the word now. Now I've forgotten what the word is. Sorry. There was the party was not being fair to a particular section of the country. Yes, that was the word. They would not be fair to a particular section of the country that should have come to the south and all that. But don't forget to, I think you and I have spoken about this like last year, and I told you that PDP too, they had their own reason because PDP were in a very peculiar situation, and I'll tell you the peculiar situation. They were in a peculiar situation that they ruled, that they led Nigeria for 16 years, and that 16 years, 14 out of the 16 years was done by the southern part of the country. The Southwest had 8 years, South had about 6 years. Why the North, which was Northwest, actually had nearly 2 years. Now, a man coming in from the Northeast, because Nigeria must be careful. When you get to the South, we talk about the Southeast, the Southwest. But when it gets to North, we just put it at North. Because you know, there is the Northeast, the Northwest, and the North Central. Now, the PDP was trying to balance. PDP was in that dilemma, and all that happened. Yes, Atiku won it. But when they had the primaries, the Minister of FCP, with all his noise and all that, yeah, he went into that. He didn't step down. He wasn't forced to step down. He wasn't forced out. He was beating clear in that convention. Then he wanted to be vice. If he had been vice president, when he had become a vice presidential candidate, okay, accepted he didn't get the vice presidential candidate. He moved and said he wanted equity for the South, accepted. So does it mean that if it's not him, the South, he has to be the one from the South? Now, okay, he had moved, he has done what he did, and everything happened, and the election went the way he went, no problem. Now the election had gone the way he went. Now Damagun is there. There's a lot of his hand, there's a lot of his fingers in all his hand in all the activity that is happening. So what he's doing, so the North Central don't have the right, so the North Central don't have the equity he came for. He's not coming to it with 3 hands. So what happened to North Central's opportunity or North Central time or fair chance complete their rights? So, but because it's being done by him, he's doing that. So where is the justice he claims he's fighting for that? So justice is selective. The last time I checked, justice is not selective. Justice is holistic. So if you become to do selective justice, actually when it affects us directly, then it's not justice. So all that it is not an excuse. It's just people are just looking for things to say, to display something to hide behind, to display their ingratitude, to display their selfish interest, to display their we now take it all or self-centeredness. That just what all those are excuses to display.
The bot has also called for factions to sheath their swords. How will this work out if a faction is using court order? I mean, that's going the extreme to hold on to power.
For me, I don't want to believe anybody's loyal to somebody. All those guys are loyal to themselves and their pocket. Believe me, all of them. So I'm not. They're all loyal to themselves and their pocket. But believe me, and like I told you, the PDP has shown some things. PDP has shown that it is the only party in Africa then that could do leadership or that could do that. They know what it means to be democratic. You see them batters and do a lot of things, but they come out strong and they laugh and they come out together. That is what they've done. I actually really wish PDP well, and I wish they would come to a consensus and be able, or call it truce, and be able to work and get something done. Really wish them well. But I think it's the time for PDP to actually do a holistic rejigging, to do well, to sit down and do a total overhauling of its party and do what they need to do and tell themselves the truth and realign, re-strategize and realign and do what is right. If they're able to call that, if they're able to meet in at a common ground and work something out, it would be nice, it would be awesome, it would be great for Nigerians. You see, for anybody laughing at PDP and thinking, oh, PDP is down and say all sorts of things against PDP, I look at them and I pity because, but if you are politically savvy and because I'm a strategist, when I look at it, if anything is wrong with the PDP, Nigerian democracy is gone. Yeah, if PDP wants to evolve to something else, fine. It should be that PDP is evolving to something else on its own, not with external forces and all these things that is happening. Because if anything happens to PDP, believe me, any president that comes, I want to do third term and fourth term in Nigeria. You might write it down. The last time I came, sometimes I came, I think the last time, and I told you how the FS will go above, how a pound go above 2,000, you laugh. And I told you how fuel will go above 1,000, you laugh. Then I'm a prophet of doom. I'm a strategist. I just see all these things coming in and it's just falling because it's a plan. If good Nigerians, even if you belong to Labour, to ABDA, to whatever party, don't stand with PDP and condemn what Damagun and his cohort are doing, you don't have to like the PDP. You don't have to vote PDP. Don't get me wrong. But we must all ensure that PDP stands and be able to give Nigerians viable opposition. Because when PDP stand, that's when the lack of Labour can stand. That's when the lack of NNPP can stand. That's why the lack of ADC can stand. That's why the lack of coordinated party we have can stand. But if they all allow PDP to be overwhelmed and overmawed, then Nigeria is in trouble.
You say the right thing to do. I'm asking you, what is the right thing to do?
The right thing to do is for Damagun to step down honorably. The right thing to do is for Damagun this night to see step down, not Central, bring a contested candidate and let the candidate come be the the substantive national chairman of PDP. You see, don't get it wrong. Every party had people. I don't think PDP is factionalized, believe me. I just think PDP just had various groups, which is normal. Every political party everywhere in the world had groups that made both party have groups with aligned interests and all that. So common goals, common interests, and just aligned to do their things, and that's what's happening. Also, what I think and what I know is right is for Damagun to go back to his office as deputy national chairman and let the North Central take charge and complete their tenure. Now, when PDP has the day PDP will have a substantive national chairman, they can now start thinking of what to do or what not to do, and if their members they think to be suspended, on how to sanction those they need to be sanctioned.
MLT, so in essence, you're saying that Damagun is still PDP's problem, despite all that grievances. I mean, is that a holistic approach and review to the things and that we're seeing regarding this crisis?
Presently, the tumor or whatever thing that is happening in PDP is Damagun. The day he throws away his greed and his overbloated ego and resigned and allowed the North Central There will be a lot of calmness. There might still be some squabbles, yes, but I can tell you 80% to 90% of wherever things is happening will be quite will be taken care of, and PDP can now be a viable opposition to the APC.
The big question is, how will PDP bounce back when Wike is singing "On Your Mandate I Shall Stand"? I don't know if that makes sense, because this crisis is not just, a Damagum affair, as you seem to feel. I know there's been so many calls for him to step down as national chairman.
He's with the PDP. He's with the Wike. He is a member of PDP, but he's with PDP. When PDP was from, where was Wike? I don't like hearing that. Yes, he's been a good soldier for PDP, but don't forget the PDP made Wike from being a local government chairman to chief of staff to being to a minister to full-time governor. So what are you saying? There are people before Wike, people that played politics before Wike, some people that the founding fathers of PDP, when they were running PDP, when they were running politics, Wike was probably wearing diapers. So forget all those things. He's good, he's a viable opposition. Forget it. Once there is a substantive national chairman of party PDP, believe me, the lack of Wike will do what is right. They will fall in line, and that is why most of them will want to use Damagum. And it's pathetic that someone as old, a grandfather like Damagum, allow himself to be used as a toy. That's why I have strong words for him.
So let me hear from your mouth. Are you saying Wike is using Damagum? Because that's been the speculation so far. So let me hear from your mouth.
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying. What I'm saying is that at your age, at his level, it cannot, because it will be saddening if Damagum does not know by now that him resigning and letting North Central complete their tenure would house minimum 85% of PDP's problem. Then I'll be concerned and I'll wonder how he rose to becoming anything politically.
So the big question is, do you think Atiku should not contest the election for the sake of equity, or if that is not even the right word, for the sake of equal representation and cling to power? What's your interpretation of that notion?
Everybody has a right to contest. The answer is going to come. Okay, let me talk to equity. If power come to the South, in 1999, also independence, power coming to the South, is it not be the Southwest that have been taking it? Jonathan was only lucky to take it. Was that equity enough? I think we are always, and that has been the Nigerian problem. We come with half-truth, we come with selective equity. What equity are we saying? I just told you, when it comes to the South, we talk about Southeast, South, and Southwest. But when it comes to the North, we talk about North in general. Mono, you and I were from the North Central. In 1999, have we had the presidential? Have you had the presidential? Have you had the shot on the presidency? No. We even had it during military era, okay? But the Northeast had not even had it. The best they had was how the Prime Minister in Tafawa Balewa. Then they've not had it.
Now, for someone like Atiku Abubakar, who has contested several times and lost the election, why did he contest the 2023 elections, given the dynamics that we are seeing now? And why is he not willing to say he won't contest in 2027? Because this is a major concern for people in your party.
No, don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. See, if he's able to, if I were other people, politics is a game of alignment, realignment, non-alignment. If there's an English, you get. Now, if they are going to primaries, I think people should find a way to unite and win him in primaries, which is winnable, isn't it? Who is winnable in primaries? They should win him and not make noise. They should realign. So for me, I think they should, instead of them throwing all these tantrums and crying like and whining like a baby, their feeding bottles being removed from their mouth, they should realign, settle, Yeah, let the party have it. Look, they're 36 states plus extra 37. They're all going to bring delegates to whatever thing they are doing. They should realize and take it away from him. Like I told you, Atiku has the right. Wike has the right. Every member of PDP has the right to take. So if you think about equity, realign, gather yourself, and win him in the primaries. But if he wins you, yeah, and clear in the primaries, then why are you whining?
Now, let's look at a scenario. You look at the APC party, which is the party that is in power. They have someone like Tinubu, who, despite their internal crisis, are still able at least to have a united front as regarding 2027 election. What do you say about the PDP lacking this sort of a kind of a father figure, which people expected Atiku to be? Can you explain why this is not the case and why this issue still falls under articles, sort of bringing people together despite differences? How would you explain this missing ingredient in the PDP?
Well, I've never look. I'm not defending Atiku like I'm not defending Bola Tinubu, and I don't want us to take this conversation to Atiku and Bola Tinubu. Yes, a uniting factor. You have a uniting factor that taking Nigeria, that caused Nigeria pains. What a uniting factor we are seeing. A uniting factor that Nigerians can't even feed. A uniting factor that people can't pay children's school fees. A uniting factor indeed that parents now eat once in a the parent now eat every other day so that our 2 kids or 3 kids can eat at least once a day so they can eat once every other day, a uniting factor that is making them buy a crate of egg at 10,000, a uniting factor that is making them feed their fuel tank with hundreds of thousands, a uniting factor keep lying to labor. I love such uniting factor.
For starters, MLT, we are not talking about economic hardship here. We are looking at party politics. So this one you're saying, this is how, a leadership under Tinubu will bring about hardship. Let's not digress from the conversation here. We're talking about party politics. And if we're talking about party politics, we're looking at individual interests within the party, which is the issue in the PDP.
If that is the uniting factor we are saying, I'd rather have other people not be uniting like that. You see, we play a lot of politics, unnecessary politics. Why we should be looking at things that can move us as a people who can deliver. I don't care where anybody comes from. Believe me, as a people, I don't care. You can come from the north, you can come from the south, you can come from anywhere. Mine is that when you come in as the leader of Nigeria, when you come in as the president, or when you come in as the leader of the party, if you come in as a leader of the party, deliver the party, when you come as the leader of the president of the country, make sure that lives are better, increase our indices, our developmental indices should be better off. Look, Nigeria used to be the number one destination, economic destination of the world as of 2010. Now what it is, we are number 5 or so with almost, we are not even doing half of what we were doing in 2010.
Now, but the PDP has been saying they will resolve crisis for long. Whatever has been done is definitely not working. And how will they move past this situation?
I just told you. I don't know anything about PDP. They seem to be having their own issues. And I've told you that their problem is that I've pointed where their root cause. Look, I'm business analysts. We always call what we call root cause analysis. We call it the 5 whys to know the reason why things are done. And the root cause analysis of today in PDP, as of today, as of now, is the Magun. So if you want PDP to be united so they can face
MLT, you know that a party that is divided against itself cannot stand. Let's talk about 2027. How will they form a mega coalition? Because it will take a coalition to unseat the APC in 2027. So how will it work out if they are not organized at this particular time?
But you see, like you were saying, before you asked question after we had that you were saying, talking about my conviction that Damagun was the problem. I think I just quickly need to address that for answer your question. The truth is why I said Damagun is the cause of the matter. Yes, I know there are other forces uh, pushing and working behind making him being the thing. But the truth is, the same Damagum that belongs to the NWC, the same Damagum that belongs to the the National Executive Committee, the same Damagum has taken the NWC, which he is a part of, to the court. The same Damagum has taken the DOT to the court. The same Damagum has taken the the National Executive Council Committee to the court. So he has taken every organ in the party. This same man has taken them to court, going to court with them, suing them for all sorts of things. That is why I'm telling you, he is the reason, because it seems to be a character rude and surrounded himself and decided to use himself. He has allowed himself to be used for whatever dirty job, whatever part or whatever group of people want to do. He has allowed himself to be. That is why I said he is the one, because once he decide to do what is good, 80% of the party's problem will go. That is sure. Now, talking of coalition, I keep telling people, yes, people will tell you that parties needs to come down and come together and work together in order to be a good opposition. But you see, don't forget the man, the sheriff in town is not Jonathan. If anybody think any new party, I will tell Nigerians, anyone lying to them or making them believe there's going to be a coalition of a new party being formed, a mega party, that is a dream that will never come to pass. Because Tinubu is not Jonathan. If Tinubu was in office, there will never be APC. Let us tell ourselves the truth. So anybody thinking there will be coalition with it, and there's never going to be. The best anything anybody can get is what we had in 1999, where we had the APP coalition that had Olufalaye and somebody from the other party to be Ogbonaya on, right? No, was it Ogbonaya? They had, what was the name of this man and his wife? That's the best they're going to have. So, sorry, that is the best that's going to be happening to Nigeria. So nobody should think the party will form, because this is the first time, like I've always said, the first time we're having a politician as our president, a career politician. Others who've had a job by chance they become. So he's not going to let it happen. So the PDP needs to do the needful, and if PDP wants to do the needful, PDP really wants to be the bride that everybody should be seeking after, or to sought after bride. Damagum and his cohort needs to understand that if they want Nigeria to act democracy, he needs to stop allowing himself to be used the way he had allowed himself to be used. And we were surprised, and I kept on mentioning his name, because he's the man at the center here. He's the man. We all know there is a lot of things that play out in Rivers is part of the things that's happening in the party. I'm not denying that. But what I'm just saying is that a man like that shouldn't allow himself to be used by people that he's politically, normally he should have been politically heavier than. So we should stop thinking about now and think of tomorrow and think of all generations to come, because we can't allow Nigerian nascent democracy to be threatened this way.
Now, let's look at your reaction to Ahmed Mohamed accepting appointment as the acting national chairman. Does this excite you, since you, are definitely against Damagum's leadership so far?
Well, now, my brother, look, listen, right? I'm not. I say I'm people who think, okay, well, I'm a PDP member. I've told you, I'm not a PDP member. I'm just as a Nigerian. So, yeah, but it just shows what Damagu lacked, what he lacked, and it shows. You see, the party constitution. Forget all those funny judgments he gets to procure where he's procuring them to come. But I want you to know that prayer of judgment, the prayer of pronouncement from competent court of jurisdiction that said that a court or judiciary cannot dictate to a party how a party affair is being run. That when you have that at the back of your mind, then you will know that PDP had their constitution, and the constitution is straight. When the national chairman is resigning or stepping down, the acting should come from the zone. Now that he has been declared incompetent and vote of no confidence has been cast upon him, and he has been suspended. You could see that they went to the same zone that the acting national chairman is from, which is the Northeast. That is where they got the man from. And the man is from the Northeast. So it shows that these guys understand the law, the constitution of the party. It shows that the for to a level they know what it is. And like I told you, there is no faction in the party. I've not seen any faction in the PDP, believe me, because by the law of the land, by the electoral act, by the party constitution, the new man is the new acting chairman. Ambassador Damagun, he may suspended.
But MLT, the court ruling is still a big concern in terms of how peaceful this party will, find a way to unite, so to speak. So how is his leadership going to be in the light of this court injunction?
Sorry for us, Chinwe has no right. Chinwe is, like I told you, Chinwe is an employee of PDP. He cannot suspend elected party leader. She's just a director of the publicity department, directorate. She can't suspend elected party leaders, cannot suspend NWC members. I know you've seen that supposed suspension letter. You've seen it. Was it not signed by Chinwe? See, Mono, you are staff of your TV station, and you like I was saying, we Chinwe cannot suspend. Chinwe is the director in the media directory of the PDP. He has no right to suspend elected NWC members. So, because Chinwe cannot suspend, because he signed that letter, that suspension publication I saw was signed by Chinwe of the media publicity directorate of the PDP. And because of that, Ambassador Damagun will be suspended, and there's a new sheriff in town who's the new acting chairman of the party. So that's just it. And like I said, let us bring it home. Maybe most people don't understand it. And Brother Mano, can you, as a staff of your organization, can you suspend a board member of your media house, please? Can you just answer me that? The answer is no. And as long as you can suspend the board members of the organization, Chinwe cannot suspend elected NWC member of the PDP. It is pathetic that the PDP had found themselves in this situation. It is pathetic that the Nigerian democratic setting is going through this. Going through this happening situation. But the best Nigerians can do, if we want to have democracy, the best every other opposition parties can do is to join those in PDP that are standing for sanity, that are standing for what is right, to ensure that PDP is not being reruled by these usurpers and this enemy of democracy, because that's what they are. Because what the actions is showing that they're enemies of democracy, people that want to subvert the will of people, that want to subvert the choice of people having choice to choose who they want to lead them and who they don't want to lead them. Democracy is good, and I'm an advocate of democracy. We don't let democracy be reruled into what is not, what it shouldn't be.
Our time is up. Thank you so much, Michael Larry Toluhi, joining us from the United Kingdom on Politics Now today. Thank you for being with us.
Thank you for having me.
And that's our show tonight, folks. Thank you for watching. We'll keeping tabs on political stories in Nigeria and in Africa and also around the world right here on LM 24/7. Thanks for watching.
What makes the political system what it is today?
What are the recurring issues?
Order.
The tussle for power.
An extremely problematic area.
The tension.
The instability of the system.
Join Ellen 24/7 as we take you inside the local and international political arena in the world of politics.
Apologize for saying that I was corrupt.
I'm not here to call out his lies. Everybody knows he's a liar.
Watch politics now
On LN 24/7.
Don't miss Politics Now on LN 24/7.